Karma Music Podcast. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, welcome to Sound Karma Song Spotlight, episode 78. I'm your host, Big Zach. We've got this week's top 9 indie music tracks. We'll tell you a little bit about each artist and play you a quick sample of each track. If you'd like to submit a song for a future Song Spotlight, you can. We'll let you know how to do that at the end. All right, let's get busy. Our first feature this week is from pop artist, singer-songwriter Tom Tikka. He's a very busy artist with multiple projects going on. With COVID restrictions and lockdowns in effect for most of last year, some artists either had a non-productive year or they had a great year. Tom had a very good 2020. He released 2 EPs and a Christmas album as part of Tom Tikka and the Missing Hubcaps. The solo EP called Working Class Voodoo was self-produced, and he sings and plays everything by himself. He also released 2 other singles with his pop duo, The Impersonators. Plus, he appeared on Fox TV and won several film industry awards for his videos. This track is the first release from his brand new EP called That's What Winston Churchill Said, which was just released at the end of January. This is Tom Tikka with Jaded Mind.
To the stars, the history of Taj Mahal.
Tommy Newport is an indie rock artist born in Manchester, England. His family moved to the States when he was 6 years old. They bounced around the country for a bit before finally settling down in Wichita, Kansas. But, like many people who grow up in the Midwest, he was bored. So what did he do? When he was a teenager, he decided to pick up the guitar. That's what set the ball in motion. I mean, literally, since then it's been nonstop. Dude's been featured in a bunch of TV shows too, like Ballers on HBO, the Netflix series What If, Search Party on TBS, Amy Schumer's documentary Expecting Amy, and the show The Sinner. This track is meant as a wake-up call. He compares it to when you're on the highway, and you start to cross the yellow lines on the road. Then all of a sudden, you get that jolt to pay attention and get back in your lane and focus. He uses that as a metaphor. This song is intended to be that jolt for life in general. This is Tommy Newport with Yellow Lines. Modesty Blaise is an indie pop group from Bristol. They formed in 1993. They released their debut single, Christina Terrace, with Edwin Collins on vocals, and they were doing very well. Then things started to kind of unravel a bit. The band went through some lineup changes, some personal issues. Fast forward to the present, they've been working on their 3rd studio album. This is their first album, in fact, in 20 years. This song has closed a lot of their sets, but it was never recorded. Until now. This is the song that fans have been waiting for them to record for a long time, and they finally did. This is Modesty Blaise with Girls Just Wanna Dance.
The girls just wanna dance to the modern sound, handbags on the floor, spinning round and round. Girls just wanna dance, girls just wanna dance the night away. Let's sit down and talk. We just wanna dance. How about a drink? We just wanna dance the night away. Girls just wanna dance the night away.
Cathal Coughlan is a legendary indie musician and singer-songwriter from Ireland. He's also the co-founder and vocalist for a couple other bands in the 80s, Micro Disney and the Fatima Mansions, who toured with U2. That band broke up in the mid-90s. But since then, he's been doing a bunch of solo work. He's been working on a new album recently called Song of Coughlan. This is his first new music in 10 years. This song is on the new album. It's called Owl in the Parlor by Cathal Coughlan. Trans artist Russell Lauder's Instagram bio says, "I make music for dancing and crying." In other words, it's fun yet emotional at the same time. The new album, called Humor, is going to be out February 26th. This track, called Home, is meant to be a preview of the new album. They say if Humor were a movie, then Home would be the opening scene. Home is the introduction. It's the wandering protagonist who sets the tone for the entire album. The idea of finding home is now a question, not an answer. Elements of preparation, the romanticization of arrival, deep, deep uncertainty, pain, lack of belonging, yet bursting with hope. There you go. This is Home by Russell Lauder.
Finding home. Finding home. And where does this road begin? 'Cause I've been wandering too far for too long.
Hanalei is an amazing alternative artist by the name of Brian Moss, who has a lot to say and a lot of questions. Most everyone would agree that 2020 was a really weird, abnormal year, in many ways. He started writing the new album 2 years ago, after they found out his wife was pregnant. Now, most people are happy when they find out they're expecting. But as he looked at the world around him, he started to wonder if there was more room for concern than joy. He realized that he was experiencing more anxiety and more depression than he was happiness. He says, "I keep pinching myself to make sure I'm alive." Have we all been unknowingly transported into some cruel alternative universe where what was once confined to imagination has become reality? As I write this, California is burning and a pandemic is ravaging the globe. Police are murdering innocent people of color at will. Domestic terrorism is being thinly veiled as patriotism. Facts and logic are ignored and love is lost. This can't be real. Some of these tracks were written a year before COVID hit, yet they seem more relevant now in today's world than they did when they were written. He says it's a little bit eerie. The new album should be out this spring. This is Hanalei with Screen Echoes.
I imagine the scent of lavender on the breeze. Skin soft on soft skin, what it truly meant to be. Deeply and freely, in the mist of forest air. From my lungs filled with the setting anchor, longing and despair. Knowing that the last years were spent staring down as beauty and
Ebony Buckle is a singer-songwriter based in London, originally from Australia. She writes and performs with her husband, Nick Burns. They write about humanity through storytelling, subjects like wants, needs, struggles to fit into society, and balancing that with how to stand out as an individual person. They hope that through all of this, we can all grow and evolve without fear. They hope in the end we can all see beyond our daily worldly issues and appreciate the beauty of the universe. They say this song is inspired by the world's loneliest whale, named 52. 52 was first discovered in the 80s, singing at a frequency of 52 hertz, which is higher than any species known to humans. It was believed that this whale would not be heard by any of the other whales in the ocean. But now, after decades of research, the theory is that the whale's song is heard by all the other whales as it stands out with its own uniqueness. This track even includes a sample of the whale's call. This song is on the upcoming album Disco Lasers. This is Ebony Buckle, Wonder.
This world is full of wonder. Hello, where's the sound of you? It's so beautiful out here, and I want to tell you everything's alright.
Fused By Defiance is a band from LA that fuses a little rock, a little metal, a little rap, and a little funk. They write a lot about social issues, especially in this song. They say, cancel culture, which is the name of the song, is a powerful weapon that when used appropriately has the power to take down disgusting human beings in less than 140 characters, something most court systems can't manage to do in 140 days. But like a vigilante with no moral code or restraint, it can easily tip toward the dark side. This song talks about the inappropriate usage of cancel culture, metaphorically, a virus in the system that searches through a person's past and finds the one thing that may be able to bring them down as a petty response or knee-jerk reaction to a human occasion. What cancel culture in this instance fails to take into account is the fallibility of humanity. Within this cycle is a tale of growth through experience, which in current times are posted for public review. We're all humans and all make mistakes. However, only in the fallacy of stagnation does cancel culture become its own demise. That's how they describe it. This is new by Fused By Defiance.
Cancel culture canceled me. They crawled through caves and they parted the seas. I didn't pass their fucking test, so now they're here to taste my flesh. Look, come and get me now. I'm still amazed that demons keep their pace and yell at to them every time. There's no sacred place, no stars you can erase. I'm fed up with the laws of everyone. The human parts of me.
Our final feature is from New York City-based indie electro artist Practice. It's the musical project of Michael Tapper. He's a one-man prodigy. He writes all the songs himself. He also did all the arranging, the producing, the recording, the mixing. He even made the video himself. Here's the story behind the whole thing. He says, I decided I wanted the project to be something I could perform by myself because live performance has always been an important part of music for me. But I didn't want to just perform to recorded tracks, nor did I want to try to wrangle a band together. I felt like I could put together a solo live setup with synthesizers and drum machines, but I didn't know exactly how. So I started going to my practice space every day, revving up my synths and constructing the song. That's actually where the name Practice comes from. This is from his debut album, Not a Game, which should be out soon. Early 2021 is what they say. This is Practice with I Saw Love.
I saw love as it passed me by, and I swear love looked me in my eye. I felt love.
There you go. That's this week's top 9 indie tracks. If you have a track you'd like to submit for a future episode of Song Spotlight, you can. We love submissions. Hit us up on the submit page at soundkarma.com. It's karma with an H. If you heard a track you liked, be sure to download it or add it to a playlist. Don't forget to subscribe to Sound Karma Song Spotlight on YouTube or anywhere you get your podcasts. Sound Karma. All music, all artists, all the time. Thanks for watching and listening. I'm Big Zach, over and out.